Hello and welcome. Today, as you guys may have noticed, we have another person on stream way up that way. That is Sadukie, and Sadukie's awesome. And that is a good point. Yeah, I just realized something I am going to want to do. Um, I might want to adjust your volume.
Okay.
There we go. Try talking again.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Black Elvis, how well can you hear Sadukie?
Lion stole my bike. No! Crazy lions! Don't steal bikes! Yay! Glad you guys can hear me.
Yep. All right, cool. So we'll call that good then. So I think the volume's right. I apologize if an alert is loud. Yell at me if anything is. And we will go ahead and get started. So I asked Sadukie to take a look at the chatbot and see if there was something that she wanted to pair program on and fix up on the bot. And she came up with an interesting suggestion. So one of the first things that she tried to do was checking to see what commands were available. So she tried asking, the bot for help, and noticed immediately that there was not a help command, and suggested that we put that in there. Sadukie, thoughts? What were you thinking? What do you want to add?
So when I do a help, I probably want to see, first of all, what commands are available to me. And I know that commands does that, but I don't know that I would know which commands are available or that I could even do that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do help,
Yep, you get nothing.
I don't even know where to start. And so I would think from coming just to hey, these are the commands available, maybe doing a help and say, no help, or do a help for specific command, type bang help space, and then whatever the command is. And then each of the commands could have their own help text explaining what they're used for.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So we could make this one leverage the same code that commands does, or something slightly different then. Right? That's what you were thinking?
Not. I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay.
And the pattern itself is pretty easy to follow.
So the command text you're suggesting we do help as being the one that works, and role required. This is going to default to everyone, but let's explicitly set it to everyone anyway.
Yeah, I like the idea of explicitly setting it because then you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yep. Anyone that looks here later. I like Lion's suggestion.
So do I.
It's a funny one. It could absolutely just say that.
Because I'm thinking something like if I do a help or even like help question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way my first argument as a question mark says, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I need a list of those commands. And so it can pull the list of commands. I'm thinking almost with this help command, because it's going to require tying into all the commands, that it's similar to, to commands. I think is the one that has the list of ibot command, all commands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I started tinkering with this after we talked, and I'm like, I think that would work.
Yep.
But then as I was playing around with it, I'm like, well, I think I see some chaos ahead. So we'll save that for the stream.
Yeah, so there's some weirdness that we're going to run into, because something that you may have picked up on if you actually looked at the add command or remove command is that I don't take in the command handler as part of that, which I probably should. And what that means is that in order for a command to get added or removed, the bot actually has to restart before those get added or removed.
Right.
Because I didn't adjust the actual command collection based on that.
No, I saw where you were adding the commands to the collection. Managed to get that added in. But it was how I handle the arguments to it.
So what if we did this and added in the command handler as part of this? And took it in that way. What does commands command do? This has... Ooh, we just gave it the collection of all commands. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not a bad way to do it, actually. It's not totally crazy. Okay, so... So how did... what were you thinking for this one? What direction were you thinking we go?
I'm thinking doing this command, like how we have commands command do on it.
Okay, so have it do basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the case where we didn't get an argument, we're thinking?
So if we didn't get an argument, then we could say that these are all the commands available.
Yeah. Oh, what do we want to say? Not
Because
any?
you can check, or that count is double equal to 0.
True. Okay, so the arguments count as 0. Then we're going to treat this the same way and respond with basically this. So why don't we make this a method and say show available... whoops. I can't type today.
Typing's overrated. We don't need typing.
Typing. We don't need typing. We can just speak and the code interprets. What do we got here? So, possibly off topic, but is the plan to have a help command name give a description of... yes, it is, Lion Stole My Bike. Yep. Yeah, sort of, Janisku. So they're not exactly hard-coded. They're hard-coded, but into a collection in memory. So we can alter that in-memory collection. And the part that's not hard-coded is all the ones that are in the add and remove, as those are coming out of a database. So we've modified the database, and so on next reload it will include it. And if we just change it at runtime, or make it so the command handler for those ones checks the database for them and uses a cache, then we could instead do something like cache busting it. And Sadukie, feel free to speak or type answers if people ask questions.
Yeah.
I figured I'd let you know that I am totally cool with that. It's one of those things when you're like on the stream, it's like, can I say these things? What do you...
having known you for as many years as I have, I think I know I can talk with these guys.
Yeah. So I've known Sadukie for at least a decade, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
So, oh, I realized recently. So you know how like I met you and Jeff Blankenberg at a similar time.
Mm-hmm.
I realize now, because he's like 10 years older than I am, that I am now the age he was when I met him.
How's it feel to be old?
I know. See, I am now old. Okay. How do you think we should get access to this collection? Because we need this collection. The command handler could actually just have a thing for like get the list of commands for the user. We could move that in here instead.
We could. Well, so I was looking at how you did it with the commands command, and I noticed when you added the commands command to the list of commands, you had a constructor where you pushed in the commands.
Alright, so you think pass in the commands again and just put in the same list like we did this one?
Yeah, because I just used the same list from before. I mean, it's still going to be the same list of commands. What I'm thinking is we might need to add a help text property to the commands. Then I saw it was an interface, and I'm like, well...
Mm-hmm. Yep. Alright, so I'll put this in here then, and we'll change it to be the commands instead. Whoops, all commands. Move that up there. Change this to be that. So we'll just take in the list for now also. and then we will do the exact same thing that we did before. And I am stupid and didn't pass in the chat client, so clearly that wasn't going to work. And I need to pass in the chat user, which I'm going to do like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that as a parameter, and then I am going to extract a parameter of chat user, and now I no longer need my event args that I put in there before, but it wired it up nicely. So there we go. So this one already looks nicer than the commands command one did. So that's an improvement. So these are the commands. What's up?
We're in the help command, right?
Yes, this is the help command.
Oh, okay, wait, never mind. I see where I was like, wait a minute. We want to only do this when account is 0.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, and we could change it to this, and then we'll be getting rid of the commands command then, or maybe alias it in some fashion to just call this one. Okay, so all right, so so that should handle this. I'm not going to bother testing that one, as I think that one's probably going to work. Let's put in the one that's actually going to require testing, which is taking in some kind of an argument.
Yep.
Also, let's just else if this thing for now. Well, actually, just for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to return in there. For now, we'll just end it there. If we want to restructure, we can. So I'm going to pull out the argument, if that doesn't seem crazy to you. And I'm going to...
Yeah, Greendolf.
Yep, hey, welcome. Okay, argument 1. So, one of the arguments you were thinking about was a question mark?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say like for the first argument, have it be the command, whether it's a question mark to list everything. But if you're going to do just help without any arguments, as that we can get rid of the question mark then. So I'm thinking like if I do help SO, it'll tell me that SO is the command that shows a shout out to the dev chatter channel.
Mm-hmm.
So that SO would be in argument 0.
Okay, so
around with it here, that's where it is right now. So if I were to run this and if I were to check event args arguments 0, that's where SO would be.
Makes sense. So why don't we start here? Why don't we check for argument 1 being a question mark?
Okay.
We'll check for that one explicitly. If it's not a question mark, then we'll go into looking at our commands list to see if it matches one of those.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's basically what you were suggesting. So we'll do all commands and I want to let's plan on this doing a thing. Say something and then return. That way I don't have to do the else if.
Yep.
Because I want to do this. I want to ibot command and say requested command, and we'll check our collection to see if we'll do a single or default on one that matches that text, right? that makes sense to me. What do I want to do? An equals on argument 1, and then variant culture ignore case. And we have a rock paper scissors game going. Let me hop in on that. There we go. The important things. Okay, so requested command. So essentially we want to say if requested command isn't null, because then we found one, then we want to do a thing related to this. And then let's, once we've got this, why don't we see if we can get some tests around this to make sure it works, because that'll be a nice way to do this. Yeah, Sadukie needs coins. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but our plan is to have an arcade. That's why our coins are called tokens. Wasn't sure if you saw that.
As I was playing around with this in my chat channel, and I ended up getting coins, but that's from my chat channel over there.
Yes, it'll store in your local database, which is super useful. And isn't that nice how it sets up the local database? I like that trick.
It worked beautifully. Following your directions on how to set it up, that was easy for me to work with.
You want to thank Black Elvis for that one. Black Elvis set up the some of those directions, specifically the ones on the config. So
those were great. Those helped a lot because now I can talk to my Twitch channel and talk with myself because I'm not streaming yet.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so inside this interface, we want to say, so this is the part that's going to get nasty when we add this to the interface, because then nothing is going to have it.
Right. And all of them are going to break.
Yep, and we're going to have to fix 100 compiler errors. Yes. So, what do you think? You were suggesting we do a basic help text and a full help text?
I'd say for now, just do a simple help text. Just call it help text.
Okay. That works. Help text.
And later on, if we want to make it more detailed, we have something to build on.
All right. We're going to add this to the help command. Now, the one thing that I am looking forward to that is going to be really controversial is default implementations in C#8.
No.
Super controversial.
We have those in Java, and I cringe when I see that. Other than this use case, I can understand when you have a interface that you probably want to refactor to an abstract base class, and it's easier to just hack an interface to do that kind of stuff. That's just gross. Interface is an abstract base class. It should have a line. Don't be adding that kind of functionality in there. Oh. Yeah,
welcome.
Very topic.
Tricor, thank you for following. I apologize for messing up your name. I'm sure I did, and the bot will acknowledge you as well in a second. Lion, off-topic programming question. Anyone feel free to answer. I want to initialize in-memory objects when an object is... so initializing these objects to be more complicated than I want the constructor. There are some nice ways to do that. You could do lazy loading inside of a property, for example, or you could just do methods that do the work after the fact based on some event happening. Either one should work. I believe there's an example in our codebase somewhere, Lion Stole My Bike, of doing that, which does make me remember that if anyone wants to see what we've got on GitHub, that's the URL, github.com/devchatter, and that's where all the code we do on stream ends up. Lion Stole My Bike, it's going to depend on what you need it for. If it takes a while to have it actually happen, then lazy loading could cause a slowdown in your program when you need to actually do that.
Yeah, lazy loading versus eager loading.
Okay, so help text for the help command would be...
Just please help. Commands.
How's that? I think you figured this out already.
As plain as this on my machine, if you have anything in there, I put "you are beyond help. I have nothing to share."
I mean, like, because if you typed in, help, help, like, I think you've got it. But maybe there's more to it than that if we add something else to it. Maybe that'll be the longer text that we add eventually. So the other thing I want to get, which will get most of these, is the simple command. And I am going to put this one in here with a default value. So anything that implemented simple command will get it automatically, and we can deal with them individually later.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the real answer to how to do a default implementation of something, is make an abstract base class.
I mean, actually, Lions, I am primarily C#, but I used to teach Java for a coding bootcamp. And that's how I know about Java and their awful, awful implementations of doing that to their interfaces. C#, don't do it.
Yeah, I've also had to work in Java before.
And equivalent to C# properties of a class, everything in Java is written a lot longer. You have to write out your getters and setters. You can't, to follow true Java form, you write out your getters and setters. You can't do the short get set like we do in C#, which makes me sad.
Yeah, it is so nice to just be able to say, get set and then not have to worry about anything else. Okay, so we're going to do this, which is basically to just print out the help text. So chat client, send message, and we'll just send the help text, whatever that is. Yeah, so Janiscu, I did see that that other one, the UI or however OOUI WebAssembly thing that someone did, which I was like, I wonder how that differs from Blazor. And actually, one thing I'm wondering, we were messing around with SignalR, and I'm sitting here wondering, maybe at some point our overlays will use Blazor instead of using JavaScript. Maybe there's some way we can do that to get our stream overlay. I don't know. So, yeah, you do know that I also work in Java sometimes, Sadukie.
Good to know.
Yeah. Not by choice.
Sometimes we don't admit other languages we work with. It's what we do.
Yeah, you certainly don't want them to end up on your resume. Someone might actually try to have you, use them.
I may have left languages off my resume intentionally. I don't want to be hired to do PHP again.
The correct answer is PHP. What is that one again? Which one?
Ooh, Black Elvis has a question for us. Actually, so Lion had a question about, do I know Bob Tabor? I know of him. I've never actually met the guy.
Yep,
and then
same.
Black Elvis wants to know, at what age did we both start coding and how long have we been doing it? So I can talk about how long I've been doing it. So I started coding as a hobby when I was early teens, like 13, 14, and have been in the tech world professionally since right out of high school. But I did a lot of co-ops and internships while going to school full time. On the tech side, going from Visual Basic and regular Basic into where we are today.
Yeah, so I also have been programming since a similar age. I was 12 when I first learned JavaScript. Yes, JavaScript was the first programming language I learned. Good stuff. Back in the 90s. And then... yeah, that's well pre-jQuery we're talking here. That is like, JavaScript was a new thing at that time. And
yes, none of this jQuery, none of this JavaScript on the server with Node.js, none of that.
Yep. So I started programming as like something I was getting paid to do for my job when I was a freshman in college, and I have been doing it ever since. So It's been a little while. So I've been programming, I guess, for, you know, well, uh, we'll say decades. And we'll leave it at that. And I'm pretty sure the same goes for Sadukie also.
Yeah, and I've done both web and, or web. I've done both developer and IT and DBA roles as well. So I kind of
Very
go
cool.
across all the tech stuff. Just you don't want me touching your hardware. I am not a hardware person, and I am not a network person.
Yeah, I actually used to do like hardware stuff too. Let's see. Use the bonus command to give free coins to someone. And example. We're probably going to want to figure out how to code these at some point to make them a little more structured. But for now, we can start with just some basic text.
Yeah, and say basic text seems good.
Yeah, because later on it's going to make sense if it's like spits out like the full one. I think you'd want to have like command name, description, and example as like, 3 separate messages that come out or something, so there's some structure to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we can get new lines or anything like that. So bonus, Sadukie, and 50. There we go. So that's it's a good example now. See, because you were here.
Yeah.
It's it's not actually going to run that every time someone asks for help, right?
That's not nice. Maybe people will get the idea. Bonus.
Yeah. Bonus.
Oh, come in. All these arcade points, yes.
Yeah. Oh man, the Windows Master. I love your name. You are awesome. Thank you for following. The bot will acknowledge you in chat in a second, but that is great. Oh yeah. And the funny thing is, I could technically mod you, and then okay, let's do that.
Rest assured, I won't.
Congratulations, Sadukie. You are now a mod in this chat.
Thank you.
You can ruin the bot. Yeah. And also try that bonus command now. Have you looked at what it does? I don't know if you actually read it, and it's now been closed, so hopefully you stream delay, you didn't actually catch what it does.
3 coins to someone. Yeah. Did you seriously think this would work? Thanks, man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you try to give to yourself, it doesn't work. Okay, so I think I got all of the ones that didn't implement simple command. But we're going to want to actually put some real help messages in those. Because right now it's not useful. The next thing I'm wondering about, what do you think if someone... So, and this is a question for everybody, not just for Sadukie here. If we ask for help on a command we don't have permission to do, should we give them the information on the command or not?
I would think let them see, like, if they don't have, if it's permission that's not for everyone, have it message the user the help text.
Could be.
If
Yeah.
they have rights, but if they don't have the rights, like, can't
well,
help you.
We're probably not going to put anything in there that it's a problem if someone sees. Maybe we should tell them that, respond back and tell them you don't have permission for that command.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sunspire. Thank you for following. So, okay. Well, let's leave it as is for now. So it does that, and then this one we were saying if they pass in a question mark, we can... This is the one where we'll tell them how to use the help command. Okay, so chat client, send message, and we'll say to request help for a command, just type help command name example help. What's a good one? Something that someone would want to get help on Hangman, maybe?
Yeah, Hangman.
Yeah.
Let's see what other commands are there. Oh,
So Sunspire, we will be streaming still for another like hour and 20 minutes probably. I'm not sure whether Sadukie's planning on sticking around for the whole stream today, but I will at least be going for another hour and 20 minutes. Maybe longer. I sometimes shoot past the end of our end time. So, okay, we definitely return on those ones, and on that one we do that, and I don't need to. Okay, so if you just say help, we're going to show you the available commands. If you pass in a question mark, we're going to tell you how to ask for help on a command. Let's say use help to see available commands to request help for a specific command. Just type help command name.
yep.
Alright, sounds great. That'll work. Okay, let's kill the bot. So hopefully no one's doing anything with it right now. And we'll restart.
Can you fix your spelling of goodbye? There should be an E at the end of that.
Oh, is it messed up on that?
It is.
Oh, well then go ahead and you get to actually yell at the person you yelled at. Wasn't it? I believe that was Magnus that did that one, right? So you can tell Magnus to stop trying to break stuff.
Stop trying to break stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put in a PR to spell goodbye? No.
I think it's missing something else too. I like noticed something in the text of it. I think it's missing like an end punctuation or something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Here we are. Okay. Where's it? I forget where it says goodbye.
So
I can do this though. Yeah, I did that. Oh yeah, you're right. Goodbye. Bot has left the building.
That's why it's not working.
There we go. Yeah. The bot will be running again in a sec. All right.
And then we can Magnus.
Yes. Now you can call Magnus. No. We love Magnus on here. Magnus is that's why we do these fun things. What just happened? Oh, whoops.
Everything else is still broken though, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Mostly. The broken thing is everything's not entirely broken.
They don't have their help texts.
A lot of them will just say that. Most of them are just going to say that we don't have help text yet.
Okay.
Right. So we don't have them all in there yet. But I realized the problem, which
do they all inherit from simple command?
Quite a few of them do right now. And I actually do want to change that. Many of them don't really need to be. But here's the real problem. The real problem is this one. I'm going to commit these changes first, just so we get it in there, but then we need to migrate our database changes, because the ones like the add command and remove command need to go in the database, and so we have to put those in there. So let's go ahead and take a look. And yep, I'm going to jump in here because I'm crazy. What's the command to add a migration? I can never remember that.
Add migration?
I think it's add-migration. Yeah. Yep, it is. Okay. Adding help text. We'll see what it does. Oh, and I need to tell it which project we're in. Yeah, see. Alright, it's add migration, and then adding help text, and then how do we specify project? It's like you specify project or you specify the hey Swifty Spiffy, welcome. using a separate project. Here we go. Thank you. By the way, if you guys don't use them, the docs.microsoft.com, the new docs that they've got for this are really nice. They're much easier than they were before to use, and in addition to that, they are community editable. So if you notice something wrong with them, like I have and haven't actually fixed yet, because I didn't do the thing that I'm going to tell you to do yet, you should tell Microsoft about it by sending them a pull request for the docs. Okay, so that now should have created it. There it goes. The other thing, Sadukie, remember how so earlier today, Sadukie was setting up the bot to run locally, and I told her that in order to be able to use the Manage User Secrets little context menu item, you actually have to go in and change your project to be a web SDK.
Move me. I'm blocking Solution Explorer.
Oh, right, you're blocking Solution Explorer. Well, I won't worry about that.
Okay.
But either way, there's going to be a context menu item, which I actually think you'd be able to see. It'd be there. But if you open up the CS proj file, change that to .web, like that, and then save, it'll suddenly appear and you'll be able to use it. The other thing that's really annoying is in EF Core, notice that these migrations, it does not nest these with the designer file as part of the other one. So that's really irritating, to be honest, because it never figured that out. Don't do that. Don't get rid of that just yet. Well, actually, maybe I'm okay with it doing that. I'm not sure. I'll let it. I don't want it to come in on this change, though, so we're going to get rid of it. Yep, I'm about to do the scary thing, guys. Don't do what I'm about to do, because I forgot to go and fix this last time, so you can all yell at me because I didn't do it. I told you all at the last stream that I was going to, well, the last stream where I made one of these changes, is that I was going to get rid of this index. So, quote entity, and has index. And actually I'm going to move this down below the key. So we're going to put that back there, and then I think that's the only change it tries to make. So it's trying to make one extra change that I don't want it to make just yet. So I put it back. So we're going to add that column to the simple commands table, which should work just fine, I think. Bot's going to get turned on again now, everyone. We're still on an old version of TwitchLib Swifty Spiffy, because I haven't wanted to do the stream yet where we actually go and upgrade that. But I'm going to be doing an upgrade stream sometime soon, where we actually go through and update our TwitchLib to use the newest version and use all the new stuff in it. Why do you ask, Swifty Spiffy?
Swifty Spiffy is one of the authors of TwitchLib.
And Lion Stole My Bike, your question of .NET Core for everything. My stance is if I don't need the framework, I build .NET Core right now. Despite the recommendation from Microsoft, I think officially being that you still choose .NET Framework if you're not planning to be cross-platform. Yeah, notice there's a major version change on that. That's why we're not using the latest TwitchLib yet, is because I do know there's going to be breaking changes. Oh, and I need to grab the model snapshot because I am foolish and I forgot to do that. So I am going to restore our index on there, and then that should be it. So I'm going to commit this. So let's go ahead and do that and click a button off screen, and we should be good. Is the bot running? Yes, it is. Let's try it out. Did someone test it yet?
Help.
Oh, Swifty Spiffy, are you saying the new version has the exploit, or the old version has it? Help didn't work?
No.
Oh, right. We forgot the most important thing. Sorry, guys.
It's adding it to the list of commands, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason we do that list of commands is so that we can have a command not be turned on. Basically, this is like enabling it. So this is the help command, which takes in all commands. And actually, I am now going to disable the commands command for... Well, no, we'll leave it running for now. I want to alias it, so it just calls the other one. Oh, 1.6.0 had it. Nice. Well, that's good. So I just dodged that bullet. Good to hear, Swifty Spiffy. Yeah, that is part of the challenge. That would encourage me to update sooner, though. All right, so help seems to work because Black Elvis could use it.
Our help bonus is working.
Yep, and then let's try the command that help bonus suggested. Because I can run it and you can't.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly, Swifty Spiffy. That's why I didn't want to update yet, is because major version change is... I know it's going to break a bunch of stuff, otherwise you wouldn't have revved a version number. So, there we go. Okay, cool. So that works nicely. And what happens if I call help on Magnus? Nothing. Did the bot crash, though?
Check your console.
Yeah, it didn't. What is that? Strider ATX. Thank you for the follow.
No crashing there. Interesting.
Yeah, it didn't crash, but it didn't do anything either, which is interesting.
Now, if I do help so, on the other hand, I get no help text for this command yet.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Whoops. Run. Okay, so...
Magnus is beyond help, apparently.
So it would seem.
Or...
Oh, yeah. I'm actually surprised he's not here right now. Oh, actually, there were 2 follows in there, apparently. Fussiu. I'm going to mess up that pronunciation, but thank you for the follow. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at each one of these commands and start adding in our basic help text for these. And we'll just toss in a couple of extras. So, like, the shoutout command has 2 ways of working. And the question mark worked also. Nice.
Yep.
All these are good. All of these are good. Add command. Actually, let's make the games work, because the games might be the better ones to do.
Scissors or Hangman.
Yeah, I'll start with Hangman. Help text. Use whoops. Oh, man, that's annoying to have to do. Use that to start a game. Use Hangman. Use Hangman X to guess a letter. use guess a word.
Is Magnus one of those commands that you added with the add command?
It is. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do for those ones.
I was gonna say, and I think that's why we're not seeing anything from him, because it's one of those cases.
Mm-hmm. It came out of the database, and so that means that it has an empty string or a null, which I'm betting when we tell TwitchLib to send a message and there is no message, I am willing to bet that it doesn't send it.
Yeah.
Because of course it shouldn't, and it's built correctly. And Swifty Spiffy, I'm sure, could confirm that without my even having to look at the codebase. As that's one I think you'd just know. Oh, that could be null. Okay. No, it can't be. That's a lie. It's wrong. Oh, but Twitch doesn't send... Okay, so it's on Twitch's end that it doesn't happen. See? I told you Swifty Spiffy would know. That's the kind of thing you know when you maintain a library on one of these things.
Yeah.
And only a library maintainer usually knows those ones. Okay, so the other thing I want to do is I want to make this not a simple command. I'm going to make this an ibot command now. Actually, simple command, I might want to, maybe we need a different kind of base command at some point. Another abstract base class. I'm not going to worry about it for now, though, because I was just thinking I don't want it to be I want to be able to have the distinction of whether it's one of the ones coming out of the database or not. So, okay. Either way, let's go ahead and... actually, before we do this, let's add it to the rock, paper, scissors game, too, because why not? Rock, paper, scissors command. Help text equals this. And actually, that reminds me. It is the child constructor that happens last, right?
Oh, child constructor last or child? Yeah.
I think it is.
When is the call to base?
Well, either way, I guess we'll find out. Help text equals RPS use RPS to join randomly. Use RPS rock to select rock. Bot will eventually choose randomly and award the winners. Let's do this. Backslash that. So we're going to put these in quotes so people are clear on what the command piece actually is, and I think someone can figure out not to wrap them in quotes when doing that. And that gives a basic explanation of how to play rock, paper, scissors or Hangman in here, I think. And then the only other thing that I really want to get one of these on, like right now, is, because the rest I could add off stream, is add a quote. So the quote one here, help text. And the nice thing on rock, paper, scissors is no one misses out. Like, if someone else joins the rock, paper, scissors game, it doesn't take away from anyone else. Yeah, there's no lizard. Okay, So I forget what the syntax is. Did I leave that somewhere? Quote add. And then the first argument is the text.
These rock, paper, scissors games are challenging.
Yeah, I know. You seem to be really bad at picking choices. Same with Swifty Spiffy. That is.
Hey, God mode.
God mode is scissors, Swifty Spiffy. God mode is scissors. Welcome, Crimson Green. Alright, so I think that'll work. You need more coins to play. Yeah, sorry. Hang on.
Does it cost points to play rock, paper, scissors?
I think it costs like 5 or something like that. The reward's way better than the payout's huge.
Okay.
And you're right, I should put that in there, that you lose coins when you enter.
Yeah. The winners are dev chatter.
Yeah, we don't handle that well. There's actually an issue in our GitHub repository for adding those. Very nice, Black Elvis. Totally not trying to break anything.
Copy that. We need a special help for that.
A special help for yeah, okay, that's actually a good point. Up, up, down, down.
Just copy and paste it. Copy from chat,
yeah.
paste it into Visual Studio.
Alright, yep, you win. We're gonna make... wait, do we want that to be a rock, paper, scissors one? We can.
No, just a general help, too. Because earlier, who was it? It was... Who suggested that? There was somebody else who had already suggested the Konami code. I think it was Lion. Yeah, Lion had suggested using the Konami code to help.
Should we have the start and select in there?
Well, so I was playing that recently, and the select is just so you can select over to 2 players. You don't really necessarily need select.
And I'm getting rid of these commas. That comma's just wasted space right there.
Hey now, Oxford commas and commas to separate the actual commands. No! What did a comma ever do to you?
Horrible things. Horrible things.
Those signify pauses because it takes a little longer to push some of those keys. Granted, some of us have the thumbs that have
And I also love that Swifty Spiffy tried to use the bonus. So the funny thing, Swifty Spiffy, is Sadukie. Why don't you show him the best part about bonus? Why don't you try to bonus yourself points or coins?
All right, let's see if I can bonus myself coins. I'll do 9,001 because over 9,000. Oh, seriously?
Yeah. See, we like that. I'm seriously waiting for either. So we don't have many mods in here, but that's also because I don't trust the mods not to try and do things like overflow the integer and other stuff like that. Because I fully expect our mods to do these things and break the bot.
But I do that to other people's code. When I'm actually dealing with this kind of stuff in production, I won't break production, because if I break production, that production fire comes back to me. I ain't fixing it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do this. What do we want to? I don't know what we do when we chat client, send message. All right. Hang on. I apologize, guys. You don't get to see. There we go. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are again, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. Let's go ahead and run this. So bot left, bot will be back in a second. Don't worry, everyone. soon as the bot comes back up, there we go. Help Hangman. Yep, there we go. And hopefully I didn't typo any of those.
Oh, looks legit.
Hangman. There we go. There's an E in the word, everybody. I know you're surprised. It's such a rare letter in English. And the nice part, I don't know if anyone that wasn't here yesterday might not know that our Hangman did get updated, so that you now get points for every letter of the word that you revealed. Still, the majority of the points are passed to the person who guesses the word or completes the last letter. But
should I do N? Yeah. Well played, Black Elvis.
yeah.
Some of us watch Wheel of Fortune a bit much.
Yeah, you immediately know what letter is in the missing gap there.
Well, the RSTLNE order.
Oh, yes, exactly. Although I would always argue that you go in reverse and start with the E there, which is what we did.
Swifty Spiffy.
The funny thing is, Swifty Spiffy, that's not totally crazy. Yep, see, and Black Elvis got the word and gets 25 bonus for guessing the word, and then 2 tokens for every letter anyone revealed, which includes Swifty Spiffy, who got 2 points for that, putting in all the letters. And we can actually fail now, too, so if we guess wrong, I think the 6th time, we die. Now, I want to get that so that there's, like, a hangman that shows up somewhere on screen, and as we guess wrong letters, starts,
Draw out?
Yep, exactly. And I was thinking doing an easy thing to start with and just making it like, 5 stages of the same image and just being like, we just cycle through them to the next one instead of drawing anything out. Because, my art skills are kind of terrible. Because then I could just have a thing, but who knows? We could draw it, we could do that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we're going to put it on stream like that in text. We're going to ASCII art the thing.
ASCII art the hangman. He's already laying down dead.
Yep, we could totally do that. We're gonna get laughed off of Twitch when we load our stream with ASCII drawings of Hangman.
We're now changing this to Hangman chatter instead of dev chatter.
Yeah. All right, so the help text piece I think works. Do we want to add more help text, or do we want to work on something else today then? Because
what else want to do?
And I'm amazed no one has tried the Konami code yet. Can't believe you guys wouldn't try that.
It requires copying and pasting. Hold on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Copy, paste, and then remove the commas because Brendan is anti-comma.
No. I left the commas in. The commas are in there. It's exactly as it was posted in chat.
Wait, did you include the select start?
Yes.
Ah.
It is exactly as it was in chat. So.
Granted, the start select is the wrong order, so.
Oh well, yeah, that could be too.
Because the select is what takes you over to 2-player mode.
Okay.
That doesn't seem to work.
Oh, no, it does, but you didn't put it in right.
I copied and pasted what they said.
How do you get that to be argument 1, Sadukie? How do you get that to be argument 1?
Oh, freaking arguments. I'm not feeling argumentative today.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes. I need a secret decoder ring with me too.
Yes. You had to know what was coming up. Considering where so you guys might not know this, Sadukie and I actually, so we're on the stream together in different places. We're very far apart because I'm down in this corner and she's way up in that corner, which means that she's currently like 2 miles like behind me, I think.
About that, yeah. I mean, we're only a few streets and a couple main streets away, if that.
Yeah, like literally 2 miles like straight behind me is Sadukie. It's kind of funny.
It's awesome.
It's very convenient. That's
Well,
why the place that I still see Sadukie the most is Seattle.
And I only go out to Seattle one time a year. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. The sad part is we currently live in the same city and we see each other like out of state and at events more often than around here.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
It is very weird.
Okay, so no one had any suggestions for things to work on, so let's go.
Other issues.
I was going to suggest we hop over onto GitHub, take a look at our set of issues.
Yep.
And actually, I'm going to send in this pull request. So I'm at least going to create the pull request, even if we don't merge it immediately.
Okay.
But we actually probably will merge it. Add a help command. Yep, we did that. What else do you guys want to do? Pass coins to each other?
That'd be good.
That could work. Oh, that's
money laundering.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it would basically be money laundering at that point. So you guys could do all kinds of scary things. So let's do pass coins to each other. Before we do that, I am actually just going to merge in this pull request, which don't do this at home, kids. This is on a stream. I can fix this later if I need to. And no, I don't think there are any kids on here. So now what I'm going to do is switch us back to the master branch, and we shouldn't have anything weird then. And we said we're going to do pass coins. So we're on a pass coins branch. Sorry I didn't show you guys that. I could toss it on screen next time if you like. Alright, where do you want to start?
So how do we even pass coins? Swifty spiffy. So that's what you guys do with TwitchLib too. Okay, that explains a lot.
See, the nice thing, Swifty Spiffy, is that I'm not doing a library that anyone else really depends on. If I break my bot, you know whose bot is broken? Mine. Yeah. I don't know of any other streamer that's currently using our bot anywhere. So like, we have some people that play around with it, you know, that develop it with us, like Sadukie's running a copy of it locally, and I know that Magnus and Black Elvis have it running locally. Let's see, so give coins command? Maybe give command? I don't know. I like it when the name matches the command text.
Mm-hmm. Share coins? No.
Yeah. Share coins. Okay, so command text. Do you guys like give for that?
I like give because I would be the person who'd be giving my coins to somebody.
Why is it not like that?
Semicolon?
What? I am so confused right now. It's not this is a oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're in process.
I'm not in the constructor, yeah. I was like, wait, this is the constructor. No, this isn't the constructor.
That's process. Process doesn't like that.
We need help text. We need a role required. Everyone's allowed to give their coins away, I guess. Command text will be give, and we don't have a static response or anything like that, so there we go. Help text. And Swifty Spiffy, if you did want to contribute to the project, just make sure you check out the docs files that we've got. And although for you I have a feeling that won't be a problem because I think you probably know what most of the config things are and how to get all the various Twitch IDs. But we do have those in there so that people can figure out how to connect that. And hey, Sadukie figured it out today, and yep. Means the instructions are probably good enough. We'll leave the help text blank for now. Add give coins to someone.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, so the things we're going to need access to in order to give your coins to someone else, we need to have, so I think the currency generator, which we keep calling generator, but I'm feeling like it's more of a currency manager at this point. Like it's, or maybe it's like, what do we call it? The bank of dev chatter, the bot bank. I don't know the
bot bank.
Yeah, it's like the coin bank. Not totally sure. Let's send out a message for now, and we'll just say giving coin, taking coins from person and taking number coins from and giving them to that person. And I think that's basically the message that we're doing here. LNG, okay, the treasurer or the bot vault, yeah, those are, so we got to get something like that. Okay, so what are we thinking? So I think we said it was going to be like give LNG grinds 10. And then that would be the command, which means that argument 1 coin receiver equals arguments element adder default 0, and let's question mark dot all of these because we always do that, and we'll say coins to give is event args, whoops, does that look good?
So we have event args 0, then the name. That sounds reasonable. So then in our help text, we probably want to say to use it, give space username space number of tokens to give.
Yeah, basically that comment is what I'm going to put in the help text.
But something we'll have to check is we'll need to make sure that we're not giving people more tokens than we have.
Yep. That would be important.
Make sure we decrease our stash as well, and not just give to them.
Well, Sadukie, I don't think I need to check about that, because like the people that watch the dev chatter stream, none of them would attempt to break the system or like pass them negatives or anything like that. They're all like, everyone here is
usability and checking against evil.
These people are all honest. They would never do something like that.
Well, I could probably trust your viewers now. I can't trust the guys who aren't here.
Yeah, exactly. See? Uh, they agree. Everyone here is super nice and would never try anything like that, which means that we don't have to code in any penalties for attempting to use it that way. So I said if either of these is null or white space, then we are going to spit back our help text and help text and return. Otherwise, we're coming down here and we're going to say actually I want to change this. This is going to be coins to give text. Whoops. Have I ever mentioned that I hate the caps lock key with a fiery passion and I think it should die?
It helps make people lazy.
Give Brendonius negative 20,000. I think I checked for that, actually. I think I confirmed that you couldn't give negatives. Okay, so I want to get an int coins to give equals int dot try parse. Oh, whoops, that's a bool. We're going to int dot try parse the coins to give text, and then we're going to do an out int coins to give. So that's an interesting one. Oh, yep, see? So the other thing is there's a streams command. So there's a... And it'll spit out the streamers that we've got listed in there, which I don't have enough streamers listed yet. Okay, so we said that. So taking coins to give. Alright, so the other thing we can do after this try parse is we can immediately say coins to give. Actually, I'm going to put it right here. Let's see. How about we say less than 2? Send message, and we'll say cheapskate. I won't. How do you like that? That response seems like a nice thing.
That seems fair. That's a very Brendonius response.
Yeah, it's nice and easy too, because it's like we don't that way I don't even have to deal with you. Like you went down to either negatives or 0 or 1. We handle all the cases, and we're just like, yeah, nope, not gonna deal with that. And the other nice thing is it should also technically handle the overflow there if you did something weird. I don't know. If you somehow tried to trick it. Let's see. So from, and this is who you are. So I know this one exists. You can't not be you.
Except when I'm not me.
Well, yes. If you log into my account and give my coins away, then that's fine. I can't stop that anyway. And giving them to, and this is the coin receiver. Now, before we do that, we need to make sure that this person really exists. Actually, do we?
We probably should. Because otherwise, if I'm giving money or tokens to somebody who doesn't exist, I'll lose it, and then where does it go? Gone.
Nebulous?
Yeah.
If you want to give your coins away to a non-existent person, you're welcome to.
You know, there's got to be a Nigerian prince out there waiting for money.
Exactly. See, now you've got the right idea.
Exactly.
Someone needs these coins. So, coin receiver. Well, we can look for him. We don't have the repository yet. I'm going to add the repository first. Let's add the repository. We're not going to be stupid about this. Actually, by that I meant the currency generator. We are going to add the currency generator. There we go. Add currency to, remove currency from.
Yep, make sure you're going to remove currency from.
Yep, because this is not the bonus one, where we didn't have to do that.
Nope.
So this will be a new list of string, and we're going to put in the single person that you specified.
Well, before you even add currency and such, we got to make sure that that person actually has that currency.
Yes, I agree. We need to do that. We will do that in a second. Let me write these. This is chat user. Oh, whoops, start display name. See, it's a good thing I did that.
That's a good point. Coins versus token. What is that conversion rate?
I have no idea, to be honest. We'll do coin giver. And I'm going to put this at the top also. So we're going to yank that stuff out right at the beginning and say that. And I don't even know how you would do this, but if you manage coined giver, that's weird. I don't know how I pulled that one off, everybody. Oh man, now I'm going to get emails from scammers asking for my dev chain. Oh yes, that's true. Everyone will want them, and there's no blockchain on the coins.
Not secure coins, we're screwed.
Yeah, no, these coins are not secure at all. In fact, it's literally just an int and a table. So if you want more advanced coins than that, you are in the wrong place. Please don't use these as actual currency, because if you do, I could get in legal trouble, because the rock, paper, scissors is definitely not a skill game.
I'm like, wait, is this gambling? Is this legalized gambling? In which states?
Yes, exactly. It becomes gambling if people can actually use DevChatter coins as currency. So let's make sure they can't be redeemed for any actual value. Okay, so you wanted me to check and make sure these people are real before I do this.
Make sure they're legit.
And I think it makes sense for that to be part of the currency generator.
Go Black Elvis, go mine away, man.
Oh man. Well, there you go. Keep mining away, Black Elvis. I'm sure it's going to help. I'm thinking actually that we want to just put this all in a single thing. Tell me what you think about this. Try give coins, and then say the from and to person. So let's give from and to. So it'd be giver, and then receiver, coins to give. And that'll return a Boolean instead of doing this stuff. Because then the currency generator can decide whether or not it's safe to do it. And the reason I say that is because the currency generator could have a lock on currency changes. It's kind of what I'm thinking. We lost Sadukie, everyone.
No!
No, I just meant because you went silent. No one else answered in chat either.
We're all busy playing how to mine the tokens game.
Well, help what Fritz added was just first wave to add Azure to it. What are you talking about, Janiscu? Yeah, the first thing that Fritz did with his bot was like connect it up to Azure websites and things like that. Whereas we went the like command structure and we're like, yeah, we're gonna have commands.
Commands. All the commands. Yeah,
he added a knowledge base. That seems basically what our help command is, and we put the individual help bits on the commands. Did he not do it that way? I figured that's the way he'd do it, and that's the way I would do it.
I remember seeing a complex switch statement that looked kind of gross.
Yep. Let's see.
By the way, that was total coincidence. We had no idea Fritz was even doing that today.
This is true. Yep. We were just like, oh yeah, that's what we'll do today. Okay, cool. And then Fritz's stream starts, and we're watching it. And we're like, huh, we're doing that. That's funny.
And I've appeared on both streams. I kind of like cross between the streams.
Heck, I've appeared on both streams too.
I know.
It's just I'm a guest on one and a host on the other one. Yeah. No, shots are... Yeah, Black Elvis, shots will be fired when he adds the Hangman game. The funny thing is actually when quotes showed up, because I was planning on doing quotes one day, and that's the same day that Fritz had a pull request come in adding a quote system. So... At least this time I have Sadukie to, acknowledge that I really was planning on doing this. Has sufficient coins. Coin receiver exists. Alright. Yeah. So those are the two checks we want to make. So we have that. Technically, we should be able to give it to anyone, not just who's in the chat user collection. What's it do? Add current chatters. So... Okay,
so you're checking to see if they're in the channel currently?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by doing a watch on them.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm not sure. I think this is going to need... I think the currency generator is going to have to get more advanced if we're going to leverage currency generator versus leveraging something else. So currency generator talks to the chat user collection for this, but then modifies the data of them and messes with the repository, which, what does it do with that? It just doesn't save it. It keeps it on the chat user collection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe chat user collection should tell me whether or not the user exists, for example. So let's do that first.
When do you populate that, or is it constantly listening?
Both. So when the bot connects, it does an initial check of everybody who's in the chat. Mm-hmm. And then it's periodically changing the collection. So as anyone is identified as coming or going, it refreshes. Mm-hmm. Okay. It well, not refreshes. It just tweaks them by either removing them or adding them. Okay. But I probably should have it refresh at some point, because it could definitely, if it missed one, it could get out of sync. But luckily, those coins aren't actually used for anything, so I'm not terribly concerned if coins get messed up. I know it's the end of the world for some people. So... oh, wait, there's a user has at least. Nice. That is really funny that already exists. So we're going to say coin giver. Mm-hmm. And tokens to remove. Oh, whoops. coins to give. Let's say if they don't, and we'll respond accordingly here. So we'll return false there. And the reason I want to return false there, I'm thinking, is that we might want to do an output parameter that sends back what the error was.
Yeah.
And then that could be the message that we spit back. I could be overthinking that. Get or create chat user. I wonder what happens. I wonder user has at least. I wonder what happens if they don't have any. Because I could check for 0, and maybe that. So we're going to take a look at that function. See what it does. Because I don't remember what user has at least does. Your name sounds slightly Scandinavian. Oh, yeah. It looks Germanic, I would say, Black Elvis. Where Germanic means like Germanic, like the language set, which would encompass basically everything around Germany, north of it, as well as west of it. So getting the like Belgians and Dutch names, things like that. Left, west, yes. Okay, so we check to see if they're in the active chat users. If they're not, then we get or create them out of the database and immediately start watching them when we check to see if they have that amount. But that's not what we want to do. We want to see if they exist at all. So let's make a person exists instead. So on this lower one, chat user collection, user exists. Right. Chat user. Actually, I'm just going to say username. Suggestions on this one? If this contains username.
Yep.
Although we should really two-string that or something, right? Oh, yeah, here. So we want to say display name, right?
I like the Bobo and Al said, why not use a where username.any?
Yeah, so instead of that, we would do an any. Display name equals, well, equals. So if anyone exists in our chat user collection that has that, then we do that. Or if they're in the repository already. Chat user policy by display name. Like this. the Bobo NL. I think that should probably do what you're thinking. And it's just complaining because I sometimes lock on that and sometimes don't. So we're going to check the in-memory collection. If they're in there, we'll hop in here. Or if we find them in our database, then we'll go in here as well and return true. Otherwise, we'll return false. Yep, okay, cool. I wanted to make sure that we got what you were suggesting. And yes, that was a much better way to do that. So we can now say if the user doesn't exist, then return false. And what we want to do is actually transfer those coins then.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know that we have the correct amount. And there is a timing issue here. We're not, because we didn't add in any locks yet, so someone could definitely... We don't want to do it from chat user collection. We want to do it right here. I don't have access to the repository yet. We're going to get it. I kind of feel like we want to do it here and not in there. And this is called the generator right now, but I want to change it to be like the coin vault or coin bank or whatever it was that people were suggesting.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get these users. Actually, now that I think about it, we could pull the users out of there. Right? Pull them right out of the collections. Well,
both users should be in the collections, correct?
yes.
So
The challenge. So the chat user collection currently is everyone who's in chat, but not someone that's not logged in. So if I want to give coins to someone while they're not logged in,
mm-hmm.
I should be able to do that. And the chat user collection's only holding the ones that are currently logged in. So maybe I should rename that to be clearer. But maybe not. We're using it for that. That's a good point. They should both, like, it should be able to get both users. So, okay. I'm really torn on how to do this. I'm going to grab the user for now.
So right now, is it just safe to assume that both of them are on, then later on refactor to take care of the ones who aren't on yet?
I'm going to pull them both from the database right here and just update them and save it. Coin giver. So giver, and this will be receiver. So we're going to grab chat user, coin giver, receiver, update them, and store them in the database. But we need to update them in the collection as well. So maybe we do have to pull them from the collection. All right. So collection's going to have get user.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. I give. Get or create chat user. We'll do that one. We've already confirmed that they should exist in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So this is coin giver, and then that one will be receiver, and this wants a chat user object, doesn't it? Oh wait, what? Get or create what? Oh, that's or create this one that exists. These should both be in there, right?
I would think so.
This doesn't even attempt to get it from... I'm going to set that to null. Here's what I'm thinking. If it's null, hey, thanks, smartasky. So we're going to say if our chat user's null, let's try and grab it from the collection. Instead of creating one. Oh, man. This is not the way I wanted this to work. So smartasky is a pretty awesome video game streamer on Twitch, actually. We like smartasky.
Nice.
Sadukie, guess what smartasky does for a living?
What does smartasky do for a living?
You're not going to guess?
Probably a developer of sorts.
You're correct. Guess what state smartasky is from?
Ohio, the only place where cool people are from.
You win.
Yes!
You're brilliant. Thank you, Stactic, for the follow. Okay, so here's the challenge that I'm running into here. How do you think we should handle this? I want to see, like, if they're in the active chat users list, I want to update them. So maybe... So this is like add them to the database if they're not already there, but we want them... smartasky, Sadukie is currently like 2 miles behind me. That's how close Sadukie is. And yeah, if anybody's not already, you should all follow Sadukie on Twitter because she's pretty awesome. And if you didn't guess, she's like, at Sadukie on Twitter.
I am at Sadukie on just about all the social medias. So you can find me there.
Yeah. Okay, so gotta create a chat user. So this is putting them in the database, but I want them to be in the active collection. How are we gonna get that to happen? I would love to like pass the keyboard to Sadukie right now and be like, "Hey, yeah, pair.
Hey, let me type.
Yeah.
Collaborate. Oh, live share."
Yeah, so we tried to get VS Live Share working right before this, and we established that Sadukie needs a new laptop. That's what we figured out.
I'm working on a laptop right now that is in very sad stages of affairs. I should have used my backup laptop because that followed me to Microsoft, and that has the Visual Studio Code and the Visual Studio Basic, Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code and code, the preview bits. So it's one of those that I have the bits that would work just fine on another laptop. My older but much more stable laptop. It's only more stable because I did a Windows 10 reset. Oh, Windows 10. Alright, what do you have going next? You're checking to see that they have at least so much money. Making sure that they exist. Then you... Okay, giver, you're taking away the coins, and then receiver, you're going to add the coins.
Yeah, which is super simple.
Until it's not.
Yeah, my concern is what happens when we go to update the next time. Is they're not going to be in the active list. Now, if this were the actual object that's in that list, then I'd be good with it. So maybe what we should do is this. If they're in the list, then use this one.
So the Bobo NL is saying, what if you let the chat user collection handle the database interactions? So if you need something with a user, adds the collection to add or get, and the collection will check the repo if needed.
So if you need something with the users, the collection. Oh, so just, yeah, so you're thinking make it so that the chat user collection is aware of which ones. Okay, so we called this active chat users, which are the only ones that we actually need to keep track of. So, yeah, so let's move this into the chat user collection, have it do this work. You're thinking? Because then it's the one that actually does it, and it could check its own internal collection for it. So let me do this for now. I'm going to copy this whole thing in there, and we'll figure out which pieces belong in which place. So this would be like that, and then gotta create that one. So maybe what we do is we check the active collection first. Single or default, where display name is the coin giver. So we do this and effectively say grab it from the active chat users or pull it the other way.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's so much easier when you're in here to think of that. As a good suggestion. So we'll say coin receiver or that, and then coin giver there. Make the adjustments and do that. And in here we can have a lock on it too, which is nice. So thank you, Chatty WDH. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so we'll put this in here. We've got a couple of safeties in here, which I think the safeties might live out there. But we'll see. Yeah, that was a nice suggestion. So what locks do I have in here? We want a... We might need both locks in order to get this, which is dangerous because double locking is not something that you want to do.
No.
Welcome, Phalor. I'm totally butchering that name. I apologize, but thank you for following. Let's hope we don't ever double lock. I know there are patterns for how you can do a double lock, but I'm not going to worry about the user creation lock right now. And the Bobo NL, thank you for following also. Looks like everybody's hopping in there right now. Welcome to Dev Chatter. Glad to have you all here. We are having fun writing C#, as we do here.
Writing C# and getting the bot going.
Yes.
Helpful bots today.
Yes, exactly. The bot is now actually helpful. For anybody that has been here before, there's now a help command, and you can actually get help with your other commands, at least for the ones we've written help text for. So, I wonder if we weren't, oh, no, there just isn't any text for the Discord one, I bet.
Yeah, well, and I did file an issue for the database commands.
Ah, okay, cool. Good. Yep, we need to do that. So active chat users lock, so don't mess with any active chat users while we're in here. We're going to make sure that everybody has at least that. Make the modifications and then get out. And the changes we're going to make is going to be adding coins, removing coins, and I think that's... Am I missing anything, or is that safe now?
I think... So, yeah. I think that's safe.
Okay. We'll call that good for now. We're not currently telling you why it failed when it failed, but I'm okay with that. So if we're going to put it in there, then I don't actually think it currently needs to live out on the currency generator. So instead of having access to the currency generator, we're going to have access to the chat user collection. So we're going to change that. Chat user collection. Whoops, I forgot to underscore that, but that's fine. There we go. Okay. Yep, see, that got confused. AD Eastwood playing Hangman. Oh, yeah, you have to be a subscriber to start the game. You can play, though, now, AD Eastwood. That is a really long word that we just picked there. So you can now play. Just don't lose. I don't remember what that word is. Oh man, that's a lot of E's. I don't even remember what that is. It seems insane though. I must have done something weird.
Yeah, this has gotta, the list has gotta be in the code, right?
Yeah, it's in the source code, so you could go look it up and figure out what word it is really easily. That's why we need to get a better dictionary of words at some point.
There's gotta be an API out there that we could tie into for like random words.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, is that we could do basically what you're suggesting. Someone else suggested just going to like a random wiki page and just like grabbing a word. And I think as long as you set like a length minimum, you could get away with that. Because the problem is you choose too short of a word, and everyone's going to fail. Like zoo is one of the hardest words to get, for example. Oh, I know what it is! I know what it is! I know the word. Oh man, do I know that word.
What the?
Oh man, do I know that one. You know that one.
I do.
Oh yeah, wait until you see what that is. Every C# dev knows this one.
Yeah. I have a general idea. Put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you figured it out.
I don't know that last part though.
You
Yeah,
gotta hangman it there, smart asky.
Yeah, hangman it there.
You gotta make sure you start with the exclamation point hangman to make a guess.
Yeah. Oh, I hate those things.
There you go. I know, that's a traumatic word right there. I forgot what the really long word was. Yeah. Alright, the word you're looking for is coins. And sorry, AD, and actually, what am I doing? I don't want to start a new one. I was waiting for you guys to finish that game so I could do that. Welcome, Spiria. Spiria. I'm butchering that name, I apologize. Oh, that's a great command there. Does that work? I might have added that.
I don't know if that add command actually works.
I don't remember how it works. Oh, a random API, a random word API. That'd be useful. Okay, I was restarting the bot so that you guys could get this new feature that we just added. We can try it. Thank you for the alert, Crimson Green. Welcome. Hope your day's going well. Yeah, hang on, bot's going now. There you go. Now you're just lurking. All right. Oh, right. Did you try to do it while the bot wasn't in chat?
Probably. I'll try this again.
Yeah. Did we bomb though? Object. We null referenced. There you go.
Awesome. That's... Hangman word.
Yeah, we null referenced that. So. Okay. Anyway, what we were just changing the give command. Give Oh, whoops! You know what? This is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. I know the problem we have. Coins and coins. Hang on. Give crimson green 10. What did it bomb? What? It didn't do anything. Oh,
See anything in there.
maybe the bot already bombed at a previous exception. Yeah, no problem, Smartasky. I'm assuming you're at work. I don't know. The bot's running. Welcome, Jake X. Glad Reddit brought you here. We are having fun working on our bot. So the bot is running. What do I give? Oh, I never told it to actually use give. I'm gonna forget this like every time. I will always forget to go into the setup bot and add in the command. Give command, and it takes in the chat user collection. Where do we use a chat user collection?
We were just looking at a chat user collection.
Where did I create the currency generator? Currency generator. Oh, it takes in chat clients instead of a chat user collection. There's the problem, and it makes it. Which means we need to make this be the parameter. Welcome, Xenost. Thank you for following. We're going to make that take in a chat user collection instead of just using the repository. And currency generator no longer uses the repository, so that gets easier. So that will simplify our code quite a bit. And so now over here, we do that, and then this can be a variable that we can then leverage. And yes, at some point I am going to set up an IOC container that just does this. But for now, it's hidden away in this method, and I don't mind it. So there we go. Oh, awesome. Well, welcome, guys. I'm glad you've all shown up from Reddit. And I apologize if you guys are trying to game in the bot right now. I'm going to restart it so we can attempt the give command again. Yeah, it is nice to have some people coding in the background sometimes. I occasionally keep up Twitch streams, for example, also. Of like gamers and such while I'm just working on stuff. You didn't have that many coins.
I know. Gotta test all those cases. Alright.
Oh, I can't send coins because @Sadukie doesn't exist. I forgot to fix that. That was the thing I told you was gonna break.
Taking minus 3
-3
from Sadukie and giving them to Brendonius. Oh.
Sweet. Well, in that case, we're gonna do this quickly.
What are my coins now? Hey, come back!
Just gonna do that. Thank you for the follow, JKX. Hang on. We return has at least user has it. Where was that call? Yeah. Did I not return on that? Cheapskate. Yep, I didn't return. There we go. Return. Mildly important. And then the other thing that I want to do is I want to, in the receiver, I want to do a no at on the end of that. Yes, my tester is testing, and I think a trim works on a null. I'm not sure. yeah. Hang on.
Very fitting, Magnus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the bot's down, so the bot can't yell at him.
I know, right? Yeah, that should equate to a 0 and call you a cheapskate if you attempt to give X. So we're going to give Sadukie 5 again. Taking 5 from dev chat and giving them to Sadukie. Okay. Give Brandonius -3. Yep. I have a feeling it got confused there, AD Eastwood. Hey, there, your Magnus command works again. AD Eastwood needs to...
Here. Sign me up, Obo. If you're ever in this neck of the woods, we can go do beers.
Yep. There are actually a lot of nice places to grab beer around here.
There are. I'm learning about them more and more, too.
That's actually a good point. So, hilariously, I actually go to the bar with the people I went to college with every single week. So, it's kind of funny that I still actually run into them, which means they're all developers. Yeah, the give Sadukie beer command doesn't actually work because there's no Sadukie beer. Okay, so I like that. That seems to work. Is there anything else we need to add to this command that you guys can think of for the give command?
Ooh, 1.1. Does that actually... I think it got confused there, Magnus.
Oh yeah. I tried that one also. I'm not sure what happens when we do the 1.1. I don't know why that one's failing.
Well, because it's not an int, or the bot is off.
Yeah, but I would think that would equate to a 0. Well, maybe I...
Bot is on. Because I just did help.
Maybe it's throwing exceptions on us. Nope, it's not. Okay, well, let's take a look at the give command really quickly.
So if we're giving a float...
maybe it fails to parse it as an int, and so we're coming down here, and we're saying...
silently fail.
Yeah, we're silently failing right now, so let's add that. Chat client dot send message. Is that even a number? We're gonna put your name in there. Coin giver. Okay. Thank you, AD Eastwood. I don't think you have that many coins, though. And, yeah, quotes around a thing should still treat it as the argument.
Double quotes, it seems to work, but single quotes for Magnus doesn't.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Single quote didn't count as that. Okay, well, likely that is part of TwitchLib in whether or not it considers that to be that. Hello, Babs on Matt. Welcome to Dev Chatter. Okay, so that looks good. I think we can use that one. All right, so we fixed it so that it did that. Is everything building?
I think so.
As it should run. So we fixed that. Okay, so I'm gonna check this one in as is. Let's go ahead and... Sorry guys, I'm gonna stop the bot for a second, so hopefully no one's really in the middle of anything. We're gonna restart it. First off, I'm gonna do a build just so that it does that. Okay.
Another tester. Eastwood is going outside of the range. Nice.
Yeah, going outside the range, but he doesn't have enough coins to do it, so the person that could mess with the outside of the range and break stuff is you, actually. Hang on.
But I gotta give myself that amount first.
Service unavailable in the web connection. We're gonna... Yeah, you would have to give yourself...
And I can't. I can't do a bonus on me.
Alright, let's see if TwitchLib connects this time, everybody. Yeah, slight boom, small boom. Not a big boom. And that's our boom there. Okay, so yeah, is that even a number? Yeah, so 25K. That made sense. I wanted to give her 25,000. I didn't want to type all those zeros. Okay, pi. Okay, so that works as is. Let's go ahead and commit that change. So we're gonna pass that up there, and then because I have not been showing you guys any actual commits, I'm gonna toss a shell onto the screen, and you'll actually get to see us committing because I know how fun and interesting that is. It will brighten all of your days to see us write some code on here. So collection, the command, the generator, we modified all of those, and the setup bot is what adds it to the set. And that test just needed to be modified because we changed a method signature. Adding a give command for users to pass coins. We're going to push that up, and let's take a look on here, and we should be able to create a pull request based on that now. Pass coins. Let's see.
Hey,
so
who's trying to take 42 coins from me? That's not nice. This isn't a robbery.
So did someone actually successfully take coins from you?
They tried.
Take. Yeah. Nifix. Yeah, Nifix is another one of the ones that could get a command like the Magnus command, the quit trying to break stuff command. We have a few people that do that.
These are my kind of people. I love it.
Oh yeah, no, our chat is full of people trying to break stuff. It's good stuff. We have a fun crew here. Speaking of which, if anybody does actually want to contribute to the bot, we have our GitHub here. And if you want to talk to any of these other fun people outside of chat, we have a Discord set up so you can talk afterwards. Okay, so I think that is going to work. What did our help text look like? Give coins to someone. Example, give LNG grants there. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's create this pull request, adding a give command for users to pass coins. And let's reference allow users to pass coins to each other. So we're going to say resolves number 65. Okay. And, because we're crazy here, we're just going to go ahead and click merge on that. Cheapskate. Yeah, Nifix, you're not actually allowed to give one. We give coins plural, and if anyone can figure out why I put the limit there, I will give you bonus coins, an unspecified amount. Sadukie probably can figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't click. That's because you're missing the I in Sadukie, Nifix.
Sadukie.
Sadukie.
Actually, that kind of reminds me of Kevin, because in his he doesn't do his isn't Dookie, his is Duke.
No, in high school he was Dookie. That's where the Dookie part is.
No, yeah, I know, but like the current name that he uses has Duke on the end.
Well, yeah, because he is Duke.
Yeah.
So in high school he used to go by either Duke or Dookie.
Yeah, so okay, so the reason why I put the limit as having to send more than one coin is because now in the text I can write coins and I don't have to deal with singular. So that's my way of not actually having to deal with strings, because that's a pain to have to pluralize the word coins, and I haven't had to deal with that yet. Okay, so that's merged in. I am going to get us onto the master branch again, and we'll start a new one. So what do we want to add next?
I unfortunately need to head out.
All right.
But this has been a lot of fun.
Yes, so for anybody that, hang on, Sadukie, where is your Twitter? So, thank you for showing up. If you aren't already, you should all be following Sadukie on Twitter. She is awesome. Sadukie, are you ever planning on streaming on Twitch or anything?
Maybe eventually. The only time I stream right now is if I'm working with Streams for Dreams. which is fundraising money for kids by playing games.
Okay, but you use your Sadukie account for that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, in that case, we'll do that.
Sounds good.
A shout out for Sadukie. So thank you for showing up. It was fun. Hopefully we'll see you back again sometime.
I hope to be back. This is a fun crew.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, take care, y'all.
Bye, Sadukie.
Bye, gang.
Yeah, they can. I was gonna say they'd still be able to hear you. But anyway, close that. So Sadukie's gone. You guys probably heard a Skype sound because that was a Skype call. Int coin amount. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Eastwood, and I could actually probably write that kind of thing too in one spot and not worry about it. But it's just whether or not I want to do it. Because, like, I got away with only having to cover one spot as is. Only had to do one thing. And actually, the other place I'm going to have to do that, AD Eastwood, is, well, someone else is actually probably going to get to that one. Because we put it out as an issue on GitHub, is handling multiple winners. So if one person wins rock, paper, scissors... Actually, Magnus, the reason we did Skype is because of adding it into the OBS stream. The way we were setting that up is a little bit easier to bring her in on Skype than something else. So that's why we use that one. Okay. So what do you guys want to work on? Let's pull up the list of list of things here. Did we get rid of 65? Did that one clear? Okay, good, it cleared. When bad things happen, show a quote. Hangman should use a full library of words. Need to figure out how to handle help text for commands in the database. Yes, we do. We did add the help command. Let's see. Microsoft is holding them hostage and forcing them to use it. That's more than 3. So I blinked a few times for you guys. Now, neither of us is actually being held hostage by Microsoft. Sadukie is a current Microsoft MVP. I am a former Microsoft MVP. So Microsoft tends to like us, actually, because we promote their stuff. Mad about their... so the funny... so Skype is always full of bugs and other things like that, but it was an easy way to just make a connection that worked pretty well. Very likely next time we might do something else, like... who knows? I wouldn't complain if they built that into the live share, having the possibility to have a webcam support in that as well, to have a conversation. But we'll see what happens with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some more of these pieces in here. So the add commands command and the remove commands command. Yeah, so Magnus, part of the problem that they've got with that is there's Skype, the desktop application, and there's Skype, the Windows Store application. And they work differently. They're not the same program, they're not the same code base. I don't know why they have them separate, but that there's also that, which is a problem. So, okay, so for the add command, we take in a repository, and then I want to take a list of ibot commands, all commands. We're going to bring that one in. And back here, when this gets created, it is going to receive all commands. Then remove commands. I'm going to add in the same thing. Now the reason I'm, yeah, they're both loaded with bugs. I agree. I agree. They really should get fixed. Okay, so we're gonna have this in here. So what I'm gonna do is I am just going to modify this item when it comes in and when it goes out. So essentially, that, because it's passed by reference, should be the exact same set of commands that the command handler is actually using. Actually, now that I think about it, I could just pass the command handler in, which might be a nicer way to do it. I'm going to pass the command handler. It seems friendlier. Where's our command handler? It's down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the list of commands, pass it into the command handler immediately, and then add to it with it being in there. Actually, maybe I should be adding those to the command handler instead of making a list of all commands and using it. Okay, we'll leave it in there for now. Sushinator, hey, I'm assuming that means that Fritz just wrapped up his stream if you're here, because I think you were over in C# Fritz's stream today. So we'll just pass those in. We'll modify the collection. We won't worry about that. So we pass in all commands. Now what we're going to do is inside of remove command, right after we change it in the repository, we are going to remove the command object from here. And it's going to be all commands. So we need to get the item. We're going to assume it's in the list for now. X is, actually we're going to say where the command text is, that, not command text equals command text. Hey, Funkmaster F, thank you for the follow. Sounds good, Sushinator. Maybe he'll toss me a host today, we'll see. So let's go ahead and jump to the end of this. So my command generating here, we create our own commands live. So we're going to say that, and then we're going to say do this if bot command is not null. So if bot command is not equal null, go ahead and remove it from our collection. And we're going to do a similar thing down in the add command. We are going to say all commands dot add, and we are going to add that command. And then that should work. Repository single command. Okay, so I think that'll work. We'll see. So that should do our live updating commands. So let's go ahead and stop the bot. So I apologize, guys. The bot is going to be stopped for a second. And if you are in here and you're enjoying the stream at all, and you haven't yet, make sure you click that follow button, as the bot just told you. Clicking that follow button will let you know when we go live next, and you can catch the next stream. So the bot's back in the channel. So I wanted to try this. So add command test1, and it's going to respond with it worked, or it works. There we go. So we threw a null reference exception. That's fantastic. Good job. So that's what I typed in right there, was add command test1 it works, which you guys probably saw in chat, and then it blew up. So where did it null ref? Null refed on line 32 of add command line 32. It looks for the repository. We should. I really want them to fix null reference exceptions. Funkmaster F. This is .NET Core 2.0. We will be switching to 2.1 almost immediately when it drops, which is supposed to be Q2 of 2018. So it's any time within the next couple of months. Singular default does not equal null. Well, hang on. So we object referenced null. So this can't be null. Oh, but you're right. That does have to be. Oh no. Yeah, no. That is a singular default. That's not a collection. It does a singular default in there. Is actually how that works, Malachi. It's this command that I think is failing. Too simple command, I think, is what messes up. So let's take a look. I'm actually going to debug this real quickly. So we're going to go ahead and stop it for a second. And yes, there, DM Mickle, there are a bunch of commands. I'm going to stop the bot for a sec, so I apologize you won't be able to see it for a moment, because I do want to debug this and find out what that error was. So we're going to bring that on screen so you guys can see it. And then I am going to add the same command again. So when we step over, okay, so that came back as null. I'm going to pull it back for a second. We're going to step in this time. We're actually going to see what happens here. Oh, I didn't say how many users it needed to have in the thing. Okay. Whoops, my bad. Alright, yep, I know the problem. Okay, I can fix that. I called it wrong. That was me. I messed up. Alright, so when we do an add command, I forgot to say everyone on the end. So that would needs to say everyone on the end there. So thanks. How did you know I wanted to do that? So first things first, if command equals null, we're going to call to the chat client, send a message. Hey, welcome everybody. Yeah, so we are going to spit this out. What we're going to say is and what I'm going to do is print out the help text for this. So we're going to say help text. We're going to print that out. And then we're going to set our help text equal to add a command, use add command, add command, and then it is command text, and response text here. And what is this? Permission level? So, welcome. I learned my first 6 characters in Chinese. That's impressive. Should we do a null check? Yes, we're going to do that now. So, DM Mickle, we are adding some things to our chatbot. So we have a chatbot that we have written in C# using .NET Core, and right now I am going to put this right in here. And it's going to mess up these quotes that we want to show here. So we're going to do that. Okay. So we did a null check, and then we want to return right here just as a safety so we don't continue on. So that was null, so we're going to say failed to create it, print out the help text, and then create the command. So that ought to make it work. The bot is not running. I am going to make it run now. And then we will get to actually see this work, as it should actually function correctly now. And I am going to use the same command we were doing before. And there is our host from C# Fritz, so thank you, C# Fritz, for the auto host. So welcome everybody from the C# Fritz stream. It's good to have you here. I have a feeling some of you are here already. So I'm going to try test 1. It works! Hey! It works! Yes! That is fantastic. I am excited. That is great. Woo! Success! And it's gone. Okay, cool. That is great. That is exactly what we wanted. Yay. That is great. So we can now add and remove commands. And it happens live, so that is perfect. Update command collection. I'm going to get us a new branch called new branch. All right, so that's fantastic. Jobun, I have a lot fewer hats than C# Fritz. However, I have some hats that C# Fritz has. That includes hats from companies we've both worked for, as well as some various Microsoft hats that we both have, and other things like that. But yes, Sushinator, there is a soundboard. And yes, Malachi, that is a thing I ordered from Amazon that is playing those sounds. So, and in fact, I can decide to take a Pepsi break. Alright, we're done with Pepsi. Sorry if that was loud. I tweaked the audio capture back down a little bit. Sorry, Magnus. And yes, do you guys know the reference? Do you know where that's from? I am scared to click that link there, Joe Bun, because I'm worried it might actually exist. No. But yeah, see? Pepsi. It's delicious. Okay, so that piece works. And that's running. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Luckily, I turned the volume down. So, okay, so add and remove command should happen without a restart. That was this one, so let's go ahead and make a pull request out of that. That's number 47. Change commands live. So we add it in the collection, we remove it, and that should be good. I'm going to create a pull request from this. Add commands live. Resolves, what did I say, it was 47? Yeah, there we go. Uses the all commands collection to add and remove the appropriate commands. Sounds legit to me. Let's take a look at these files changed just to be sure I'm not doing anything crazy here, guys. I added in help text. I gave it the collection. That's our safety that we just put in. We add it to the collection when we add, and we remove from the collection when we remove. And we're grabbing it, and if we don't find one, we don't do it, which would be weird if that happened, but it could. Can anyone remember how to join an MS-DOS 6 PC to a Windows domain? I have no idea. Jobun, that is a really, really, we'll say old problem. That's impressive. Is it? I'm assuming there's some really good reason why you need to do that. Okay, let's see. So we need to do that. Quiz questions. Bad things happen when you use the quotes. Rock, paper, scissors. Welcome, Sky Hoshi. Thank you for following. Nice to see you on Twitch and not Mixer. I think you're one of the people that's usually on Mixer. And welcome, Surfing Zebra. Some old cat. Oh, yeah. Those are the worst. When you have to maintain some really old system that still depends on some old operating systems. So yes, if anyone wants to know what the regular schedule is, check down below in the panels on Twitch, and you should see my regular schedule listed in your time zone. So if you don't, let me know, because there's something wrong there. But my normal schedule is I start at about 2 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays, that's Eastern time. And on Thursdays, I actually start 2 hours earlier at about noon Eastern time. And thank you for the follow, AD Eastwood. I'm actually surprised you weren't already following. And then on Saturdays, I start at 1 p.m. So it's always around the same time of day. One thing I do want to note, though, everyone, is on this Thursday, I am going to be streaming 2 hours late, which interestingly means it's going to be the same time as my Monday and Tuesday time. Thank you, Digimush, for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to Dev Chatter. Hopefully you guys are all having fun. And anyway, so yeah, so normal stream time is, roughly speaking, middle of the day for the United States and evenings in Europe. I think most of the people on DevChat are probably in those zones, just based on when our schedule is. That's the easiest for most people. And DM Mickle, thank you for following also. We got a nice follow train going here. Malachi, I don't have an uptime yet. Oh, is it not in the panels? There should be. It should load in the panels. If it doesn't, let me know and I can fix that if it's not actually showing up. But it does show up on mine. I can show you guys that it legit is like there. So I see this when I go here. So don't know. Well, greatly appreciated, AD Eastwood. I am then honored. I know a lot of people that just follow basically everybody and have hundreds. You'll notice the dev chatter only follows a handful of channels. Yeah, so Malachi, we are probably going to add an uptime. And let's see, someone mentions Sushinator suggests, I haven't found the calendar or some sort of Twitch to contain people I follow. A calendar of some sort on Twitch. Oh, so like, so what you're looking for is if they're all using the Streamlabs calendar, basically that same panel that most people use because it's a built-in extension in Twitch, you would like it if Streamlabs gave you a calendar of the Twitch streamers you follow and show you when everybody's going to be live. That would be really good. Huh. Glad to hear it, the Bobo, and I'm assuming the NL in that is Netherlands, but maybe not. And yeah, so the Twitch app might not be able to load that panel, I'm not sure. It might skip it because it doesn't know how to do it. The Twitch apps are just now starting to support extensions, so that is a change, and it's going to start getting better, because they're starting to even implement those little bits where, like, there's a down there, like over towards that other side, like a puzzle piece a lot of times to enable Twitch extensions and things like that, and to let them access your stuff. Yeah, might just be the website. I follow every dev that does not make Node.js projects. Joe Bun, yes, there are a lot of Node.js projects. Well, welcome then, the Bobo NL. You will be happy to know that I actually follow a few gaming streamers that are from the Netherlands. Yep, Joe Bun is good. There's a Twitch stream website, but not in my... Yeah, okay, well, that makes sense, guys. So, anyway, I do mention the schedule, which is we do 4 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And that is our usual schedule, so works out pretty well, I find. Okay, so I wanted to take a look at our rock, paper, scissors game, look at that. So we have a bunch of help commands there. I think there was an issue related to this game. Is someone else already working on this one? Right now, when nobody wins, yeah, there's just a blank message. Okay, so, yeah, only desktop. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Twitch really hasn't been great. Gamesflea, thanks for following. Yeah, Twitch needs to get on the app stuff and get that working better, or just acknowledge it and use their website. Albert Strum, thank you for the follow. And yeah. Oh, we could make a schedule command. That is a very good point. Add command. But we should put those times in UTC then. Well, actually... Yeah, here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do an add command, and I'll let you guys see as I type this. So we're going to do add command schedule. Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And actually, yeah, we're going to say Eastern Daylight Time just to avoid confusion. Thursday at 2 p.m. We're going to say 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And this will be an everyone command. Normal schedule is that. Okay, so what do we got in here? Oh, yes, we could. Okay, we could make a real one. That lets us pick the time zone. Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. Let's do a real one. Remove command. Schedule. All right, we'll do a real one. Real one. Real schedule command, everybody. Real schedule command. Here we go. All right. Schedule. Schedule command, Brendan. Follow the naming convention. ibot command. Implement that. Let's go. Hey, Lumen, we're about to implement a schedule command into our bot. We actually have a lot of cool stuff in here. So let's take a look at what we can do. Pretzel, that's your name, is Pretzel. Thank you for the follow, I got it. And El Armigo, thank you also for the follow. I apologize, I know I just butchered your name. I'm trying, guys. Names are difficult. What? No, constructor. There we go. Yep. Put on the hat, and we are going to actually make this work. So role required equals everyone. And then we are going to have command text equal to schedule. And help text is going to be to see our schedule. Just type schedule, and to see it in another time zone, pass that next. Example, schedule PDT. All right, there we go. Major error. I like the name. Thank you for the follow. Hopefully you enjoy the dev chatter stream. Okay, so now that we've got that set up, the next thing that we want to do is, if there is not an argument, well, actually, we want to figure out if argument 1 is a time zone. So let's grab argument 1, arguments, and question mark dot element at or default. R2N, thank you for the follow. Hopefully you are having a good time here. This should be time zone string. We're going to say that because we might want to convert this to something. All right, so what did I miss in chat? Why not public string help text get private set? So Parathon, this actually does something different than having private text, and I could just put it after. I could just write it up here, for example. So if you guys like that better, I can put it right up there. and I don't actually have to set it here. So the difference between specifying private set versus writing it like this is actually a read-only property instead of being just a private setter. So what that means is that I can't even set it except for in the constructor or up in that field. So the only place I can change it is in these. Just a regular dude that lurks. Well, thank you for the follow. So to answer your question of is this a Discord chatbot, the short answer is not yet, but it will be. Right now we're only connecting to Twitch, but from the outset we have made sure that everything we do is built to support connecting to multiple different chat services. So if that makes sense. So I could do this and then not even have a constructor if you guys like this better. That is totally valid to do it like this. Yeah, so I could just change that to one of those. Welcome, thanks for following. All I had to do was answer that question and I got a follow, huh? And yes, you're correct. We could just switch this to be a fat arrow. And this does a read-only expression-bodied property. That's the word I was going for. And yes, DM Mickle, I agree. C# is a fantastic language. And for anyone that actually knows or has ever seen me speak, you will actually know that I do talks on C# and all these kinds of things. So all the cool stuff you can do in C# that a lot of people aren't using. And I love using expressions for pretty much everything. It works out really nicely. So if anyone isn't usually a C# dev and that is boggling your mind what we just did here, I can explain it. Just let us know. I know there are a lot of people in here that aren't usually C# devs. And Swift and JavaScript are also very fun languages. Swift really feels like they were trying to, modernize, and that's actually one of the reasons why C# is still as good as it is because it keeps getting modernized. Is it possible to format the output like having tables? Sushinator, not in Twitch. So we don't get really nice structure like that. So that's what's going to get a little messy. Let's see. Funkmaster F, are you saying you've been to one of my talks? If so, that's pretty cool. And I must probably, I'm assuming that I probably know who you are. Swift is a fun language. I will say, if anyone's used Objective-C, I actually like that language. Once the Stockholm Syndrome sets in, it's actually quite nice. Alright, so the time zone string, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do with that, but I'm only going to grab argument 1. So what we're going to do is we are going to say convert time zone string dot as time zone, maybe something, I don't know. We'll figure that out in a second. All right, Funkmaster F, who are you then? Because I clearly know who you are. Does it say your name on here? Do you not have a profile info? I don't know. Let's see. Where you are from. Sushinator, I don't usually talk in Germany, although it is on the list of places that I do want to talk. I can tell you that I can speak German, but my German is terrible and my accent is awful, as I found this out because I used to work for a company that had a German office, and when I attempt to order food at restaurants, like, say, if I try to get Middle Eastern food when I'm in Germany, and we have someone with a strong Middle Eastern accent and someone with my really strong American accent, I can tell you it doesn't end well, because I can't understand them and they can't understand me. But my German coworkers had no problems understanding what I was saying. So I assume even with a hefty accent, if you're a native speaker, you can figure it out. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to grab a date time, and maybe we'll use something else other than a date time. Maybe represents a point in time, specifically expresses the daytime and time relative to coordinated universal time. Maybe I should be using like nota time or something. Okay, so date time equals new date time. I'm going to put these in right now, and actually, why did I do offset? I'm going to put this in. We'll change it if we need to. Let's say date time dot today. We're going to get, and then all right. Oh, I wasn't sticking with it. I was just thinking about it. DM Mickle. So here's what I'm thinking. And yes, you're right. Almost everybody that I ran into in Germany even would speak a little bit of English, so I could at least fake it. Okay, so we're gonna do datetime.now, and then we want to convert. Well, yeah, we're gonna do now because it could be coming up soon. And then what we want to do is we want to find the next date that is in the future that's one of ours. So we want a Tuesday. Actually, let's start with Monday. Monday at 2 p.m. So we need to find a Monday at 2 p.m. So get next instance of. So date time. All right, we got two follows there. One that I'm gonna say turds and Frankenstein. Very nice. And Funkmaster F, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle EDT versus EST just yet. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I think what I'm probably going to do is get my current, is run it in my current time zone. So whatever mine is for now. Let's just do this. What is day of week? It's a day of week. Okay, so we want to take a day of week. So we want a day of week and an hour and a minute. Okay, so day of week, and hour is int, and minute is int. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Yes, Link is really a godsend when it comes to this sort of thing. Oh, see, Sushinator, the funny thing is, Sadukie and I were talking about that exact feature before the stream because Sadukie posted a tweet that said that the stream was going to be starting at 2 p.m. And then she was like, oh, dang it, okay, I forgot. And she deleted it and put in EDT. And it's funny because we were like, it would be really nice if it just translated that to whatever time zone someone else needed anytime we did a time. So we thought that would be super nice. Every language needs an implementation of link, and they also need good support for lambda expressions as well. In fact, when I started using C#, one of my complaints was that I wanted to be able to use lambda expressions because I was used to that from Python. Okay, so get next instance of turn date time dot now. Okay, actually, you know what I could do? I don't really need this. I just need an instance. So I don't need the next one. I just need to get an instance of. So here's what I'm thinking, everybody. I don't need the specifically next instance. I don't need to tell you when the next stream is. What I want to tell you is I just need an instance of a time that was on that day. So I can just get one. So Monday, the 2nd of April. So I'm going to switch on day of week. Okay, we're going to generate switch labels for that. I'm going to ignore that. And return default date time. Okay. What the heck? That order. What is with that order? Are you kidding me? You guys seeing this? That's insanity right there. Welcome. Thank you for following, everybody. Wait, what should be illegal? Doing this code that I'm doing right here, or having sorted it in this order? Yeah, I don't know why it put it in that order. That was kind of annoying. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I can do this super easily. This isn't ideal. So I need to tell it which time zone we're in. So we're going to say 2018. 4, 2. The hour is going to be hour. Minute. 0 seconds. And then if I put, okay, so if we always put it in as UTC, can I? No, yeah, I gotta have day of week on there. It's gotta say day of week dot Monday. It has to do that. Yeah, it would be. So that's one of the nice. Yeah, some languages let you get away with that. C sharp won't let me get away with that one. Um, there are a couple of things, and it's getting looser on some stuff with how it does some things. One of the changes that I have wanted forever in C sharp, I've been asking for it for years. I actually go to the MVP summit and talk to the C sharp team and ask them for it. I want them to support, instead of having the only way of, and actually I'm going to turn on a little bit of background music, everybody. I want them to support. Are you not getting that audio? Maybe I have to turn it up a bit. There we go. What I want them to support is I want them to have basically auto-implementing interfaces or something like that, where I could specify that either something, I just want it to have the method. I almost want something close to duck typing, so I could kind of get to that point. And yeah, C sharp's a little bit more verbose than some language, but it's nowhere near as bad as like VB, for example. So I know this is ugly, guys, but I think it'll work for now. This is a set of dates that I can just kind of put in here. That'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we'll pick that because I don't really need the date. I just need to know the time and to be able to convert. So put it in universal time and then convert to whatever time zone. And people will be required to know the time zone that they're currently in. And by that I mean, like, my time zone is currently Eastern Daylight Time, and I need to know that it's Eastern Daylight Time and not Eastern Standard Time. Because if I ask for that, it will give me incorrect information. But I would be asking for the wrong information, so it makes sense. Okay. Okay, we'll call that the Monday one. There's the Tuesday one, Thursday one, and a Saturday one. And these should come out of the database or a config file at some point. And yes, having to mention types. When I did for Windows, it was C# or VB. Yeah. So C# has gotten a lot better than it was, though. When even using C#, you're going to take advantage of the strong type system and the dynamic. Yeah, so that is correct. You want to use, when you are going to be doing any kind of interop stuff, dynamic is really good for that because you don't have to worry about it then. But Windows development has gotten a lot better, and I don't know about you guys, but I am waiting for a really nice cross-platform .NET Core based like GUI application. I would love to see .NET Core, using maybe a XAML front end, and let that run Mac, Windows, Linux, and I think that'll be really nice, but we'll see. So that's Tuesday, this is Thursday, and that is Saturday. And this one starts 2 hours early, and that one starts 1 hour early. Yeah, could be Magnus. Yeah, exactly. And Jobun, I have some friends that are also stuck using MFC and like Win32 and maintaining GUI applications in C++ still. Oh, I will, Arid Tag, I will check that out. Avalonia. Sounds interesting. I could make it from a string, AD Eastwood, but I need to set the hour and minute based on those as well, which I guess I could do using string interpolation. So I'm not worried about the year, because I just want to get dates of that year, AD Eastwood. I don't care when it is. I'm not really going to use it. You'll see in a second. I'm not really going to use those values. So that's the schedule. And what I want to do is take your time zone string, and I'm not going to worry about it just yet, but what I'm going to do is say chat client dot send message, and for now I'm going to send this one. So let's just send Monday for now, and we just want a time string. Short time string. But before we do that, we need to convert. Is there a way to convert the time zone? To short time string to binary. How do I pick the time zone? Anybody know? And welcome, Invisiblue. Thank you for following. Let's take a quick look. Date time, C#, change time zone. I have not done iOS development for any clients. I played around with it a long time ago, and I do still know Objective-C. But it's been a long time. So that looks like it'll do it. So let's check this. So time zone, convert time to UTC. I already put it in as UTC though. Time zone info dot convert time Monday, and create custom time zone, find time zone by ID. I assume that those IDs are the ones I think they are. Yeah, I've got 2 local time and 2 universal time, but those ones aren't the ones I want. Yeah, so I wasn't doing it, when I was doing it, Swift didn't exist. So I have a feeling it's gotten a lot better. So we're going to try the time zone string in there. And see what it does with this. So, whoops, Monday your time. I do Monday your time right there to short time string. And just so everyone doesn't spam this thing, we're gonna set that to mod only for now. Sorry guys. Let's go ahead and shut the bot down for a second. Stop, exit, yep, alright. I'm gonna restart the bot, and we're gonna give this a run, see how it does. Buzzy, thank you for following. Welcome to Dev Chatter. All right, so the bot is back in here, and let's go ahead and see what it does when we call schedule. Does nothing. Probably blew up, didn't it? No? Oh, I didn't use it. Son of a... You know, guys, you'd think I'd learn. I wrote the darn thing. I said to myself, hey, Brendan, don't just make a dependency inversion setup with an IOC container and have it automatically wire up these commands based on using that interface. Because if you do that, then you can't turn a command on and off. And I listened to me. Why I listened to me, I don't know. Jigsaw, welcome. Thank you for following. Welcome to Dev Chatter. Let's go run the bot again. Give this a better shot here. Alright, so bot's back in. Let's go ahead and run that. Oh, did we blow up? Oh, I think we might have blown up. Good! Alright, we blew up. Value cannot be null. Okay, that's fine. Is the bot still running? Or did it, like, fully crash? No, okay. It's still running. Good. So that means individual command. I must have made it so individual commands blowing up doesn't crash the whole bot. So... It's still running. EDT was not found. Oh, man. Okay, so that's not an ID. Yeah, I know, Joe Bun. I can just add an enabled property. I didn't. Yes. I'm getting on it. You know, Joe Bun, there's a GitHub. You could add an issue for that and yell at me to do it, and then I'll do it. Unable to find, convert time to, oh, Eastern time zone. Where did it get the Eastern time zone ID? Oh, man. That's what it's called? Holy cow, guys. I hope that's not the IDs. Converting between time zones. Yeah, there's totally a PR also. No. Joe Bun actually might send that. I would believe Joe Bun. I don't want to go to I don't want to go to that one. I want to go to... Come on, guys. Give me the answer. No, I want to put in the time zone, guys. I want to, like, tell you the one I want, and you give it to me. Time zone info convert. Where's my set of IDs? Yeah, I think that's what I'd have to put in. So look, I could type in... Oh, but actually that won't work. I have to put it in quotes. Look at how bad this is going to be. As is. This is why I want to change this. There needs to be a better way. Okay, yeah, and it didn't even find that one anyway. Yeah, I don't want to... Yeah, exactly. Precisely. I want to find it and... destination. So source, time zone, destination, time zone. So time zone info is what I want. Gotta have a list of these, right, guys? Okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're not gonna do it that way. Let's just do this. Here's the parameter. we're going to put it in like this. And see it another time. Pass to schedule. To see our schedule, just type schedule. And to see it in another time zone, pass your UTC offset. Example, schedule, -4. Alright, so we're going to say, oh, come on. There we go. int.tryparse. We're going to pass in that hunk of fun. And out int offset. Welcome Pedro and Mr. Slippy Fist. Thank you for following. You don't know your UTC offset, Magnus? And Dullop1? I apologize for butchering that name. So the question mark dot means that I don't want C# to throw an exception, a null reference exception, if that value is null. It's going to propagate that null. That's called a null conditional operator. We are disabling power mode because it's failing. All right. So in this case, we got that. So if you gave us a bum number, we're going to immediately return. And let's see if we can take in an actual UTC offset. Thank you, Think and Anna Kappa. Much appreciated for the follows. Hopefully you guys enjoy Dev Chatter. Welcome. What's create a custom time zone do? Wow. All right. We're going to restart Visual Studio, guys. Thanks, Visual Studio. The bot has left the building. Yeah, it's kind of optional there. Yeah, Visual Studio is usually not too bad. I think what's actually killing it is ReSharper. Yeah, but I'd have to ask people to pass in these numbers, right? Yeah, extensions can really kill. Yeah, exactly. It's very likely that it's just ReSharper that's slowing it down. Just add them in a list and have a function that will get them. So like get by ID and have a bunch and list and loop over them for loop. Yeah, we could do that. And actually, if we did that, we would just link over them. So we're on Universal Time. Hang on. I just want to see if there's anything in here. No. So time zone info. From a series of get system time zones. Interesting. Where? What's in here, I wonder? This is an interesting one. Let's see. Oh, Eco Dev. Oh, that's not nice. I like C#. I actually think it looks nicer than Java. A for N in array thing, it's for each or something. Yeah, we do. We have a for each. There's a datetime offset which represents the time relative to UTC. Date time offset. Yeah, so I could take Monday. That's a good suggestion, and then an offset we could use on that. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I am going to add this off stream, and I will add it in for the next one. But I do have to run because I gotta take off by 5:30, which it's about 5:25 my time. So I am gonna have to wrap here. But I do want to mention a couple of things. First off, whoops. Let me go ahead and comment that out so that the bot can run. And we can actually have it do a couple of things. So I do want to mention that if you are interested in supporting this project, you can go to GitHub. And you could send pull requests, you can record issues, whatever you want to do. We have a Discord community, so if you want to keep chatting with us, make sure you hit our Discord, and you can talk with the rest of us there. Hopefully you guys are all having a good time. We have been streaming for quite a while now. We will be streaming again on Thursday, and on Thursday we're going to be streaming later than what it says down below, so our schedule is actually going to be a little off. We're going to start at the same time we did today, which was at 2 p.m., which is about 3.5 hours before this time, so you can convert into your time zone. So whatever's 3.5 hours before now, that's when we're going to stream. Eckstein68, thank you for the follow. And I wanted to thank everybody for showing up and chatting with us. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And we want to thank Sadukie, who was here earlier, and when she was here, she was pair programming with us, so that was quite fun. But she obviously couldn't stick around for the whole thing. But hopefully we'll have her back sometime soon. Thank you, Mark, for the follow. If anyone else is in here and you haven't clicked that follow button and you did enjoy the stream at all, I'd recommend it so you'll get your notification of when we're live next. And I look forward to seeing all of you on Thursday. And our next stream after that one is on Saturday. So have a great one, and I'll talk to you all soon.